We also got some news that James Gunn has confirmed a Teen Titans movie is in the works. How do you feel about that? You gave kind of like a weird face.
Teen Titans are my favorite. I don't know.
Wow.
That will probably get me burned at the stake. I don't know.
Yeah.
Grant will probably disown me.
I think this is very interesting because they're basically saying you don't have any involvement in the script, and we're going to show you the script, and if you don't like it, then you're not going to be a part of it, and we will find a different director. It's a missed opportunity if you don't have Batman in the title.
I think I would like it if it was just Brave and Bold. Like, if you're a true Batman fan, you would know what that is.
That's interesting. What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. I'm David.
I'm Emery.
And today we are going to talk about James Gunn's new news he just announced this weekend. So let's hop right into it. We're pretty big Superman and DC fans. Do you prefer Marvel or DC better?
I don't know. I feel like at the moment I'm more excited for DC than I am Marvel stuff. In the past, I've been a bigger Marvel fan, so I feel like it's changed. Right now, I'm more DC.
Yeah. So we're both big nerds. That's why we're on the show called So You Think You're a Nerd. But we are going to be bringing you the facts and the quotes that James Gunn, he is the creative side of DC Studios, and Peter Safran, he is the business side of DC Studios. And they are both coming together to bring us a new slate of DC movies. And I thought it was really cool. A few months ago, actually probably years ago we got a slate of what they thought it was going to look like. But now when you actually are in the business, you're in the studio, a little things tweak and change while you're in it. You're like, okay, we can't do that, can't do this. So they had to update us. So they got a ton of reporters, a ton of YouTubers. And now the reporters and YouTubers are telling us what they saw, what they heard, in quotes. So I thought we should bring it to you from a reliable source. We have a ton of good information, ton of good sources. Starting off, DC Studios will have one output per year going forward. 2 live-action movies, 1 animated movie, 2 live-action series, and 1 animated series. That's a lot.
Can I read that?
Yeah, that's a lot for a year, in my opinion.
So there's going to be 2 Okay, I follow now.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So I think that's a lot because when James Gunn, when he was like, all right, so we're not going to be like Marvel, basically, he said we are going to be different. We're not going to have movies or shows all the time. I was kind of hoping we would get maybe 1 movie, 2 movies, and maybe 2 shows. But it looks like we're going to get 2 movies, 1 animated movie, 2 live-action movies, and 1 animated series.
So is that like 1 for every year?
For every year we're going to get this.
Every year you're going to get 2 movies?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought it was you're going to get a movie 1 year, you're going to get a movie 1 year and then another movie and then a show. Like, I thought this was like 6 years.
No.
Okay. That is a lot.
This is per year. Yeah, going forward.
Oh,
I'm like, that's a lot.
Okay.
But I think what they're going to do when they say like 2 live action series, they're probably not meaning it's probably going to be a new show. That could be one of them.
Yeah.
But like season 2 or season 3. It's like, oh, that counts as one of your live action shows.
A continuation.
It could count.
What they started.
It could count as a continuation if you see it that way, you know.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're going to start a new show every year.
No, that would be too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also they announced with the feedback of the Superman movie that we are super excited for. We got to see Crypto, Superman's dog, and Peter Safran and James Gunn really said they fell in love with the character. James Gunn's a huge animal lover. He did Rocket Raccoon and Weasel from the Suicide Squad, so he loves animals. He actually has his own dog that he based Crypto off of, and so I think that was really cool because he's actually going to be giving Crypto his own short series. So it's going to be 4 episodes in total.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's going to be 4 episodes in total, seasonally themed, seasonally released, and it's going to be, in quotes, Crypto the Terrible Dog. So they are gonna explain more of it in the Superman movie, how Krypto just is an awful dog, but they're going to be elaborating on it in this short series, which I love shorts. Do you like shorts?
I think they're cute, especially if I don't want to be watching like a whole show or a movie. I just want like a quick thing, like for instance, like if I'm going to bed, I just want like a quick like thing to watch real quick. Then I like shorts.
Yeah.
They're just quick and simple.
Totally. They said they're actually in post-production of this, so they're watching shorts and then they're editing the rest of them. So if I'm going to guess, they probably have already done 2 shorts that they are watching right now to see if it's good, and then they're editing the other 2. And so I think this is cool. I love the Olaf shorts.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. And then Marvel tried their hand in shorts and did the I Am Groot short series.
I never watched that.
I never watched it either, but it was James Gunn's character that he had them. He basically let them use, but he had no control over that. So that's why Bradley Cooper didn't come back for it. That's why some people say it wasn't really funny and it felt a little off. But I think this show would be great for kids because I don't know if you know this, but Krypto had his own kid show.
I don't think I knew that. I think I knew who Krypto was, but I didn't know he had anything other than the newer like Super Friends movie.
Yeah. He had it with Ace, the Bat Dog.
Oh.
And so I think it's really gonna hit that audience that grew up with that show, but also a new audience that are kids are like, I love Superman and I love dogs. So let's get into it.
And it's kind of the same where we watch Super Friends. Like those kids probably already watched that, so they know those kids.
Yeah.
Like those characters together too.
Yeah, totally. We also got some Supergirl updates. I mean, I'm not a big Supergirl fan personally. I think she's fine. And so James Gunn said, we're midway through production on Supergirl. It's been an extraordinary experience. The script has been one of the first things we greenlit when we got here, and it turned into a marvelous script that just kept getting better. She's been a blessing. And I think they're talking about the writer there, how the script is so good. They've only been executives of DC for a few years now, and they said this was one of the very first things they greenlit. And I think that's crazy because this movie was actually supposed to be a sequel to The Flash with that Supergirl. But James Gunn's like, let me read it. So he read it, and he's like, okay, we're going to tweak some things, and it's going to be in my universe now. So I think that's interesting. And it sounds like James Gunn's got hope in it. I really hope they kind of keep it very similar what the Superman movie will be, so it kind of still feel connected, but Supergirl and Superman will be totally opposite characters, so we are not just watching a girl version of Superman. It feels like a total different character.
I kind of want her to be, of course not the same, but similar to Stargirl in this show.
Oh, okay.
How she's kind of maybe a little bit
rebellious.
Oh, that's not what I was.
You didn't see it like that?
No, not at all. Kind of almost like in the shows, she has moments where she's very like, no, like this is what we need to do. Like very strong and stubborn kind of, but I feel like sometimes in other shows she's kind of like, especially this is probably nothing like what she's going to be like, but like in the DC superhero girls, she has ditzy moments, or she's very clumsy, and she's like almost like bubbly, like you're like the farm girl, and I kind of want it to be like that, where she has her moments where she's stubborn and she's like, you know, like everything I ever loved was gone. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, because maybe that doesn't fit. But
yeah, I personally, when I think of Supergirl, I think the best interpretation of Supergirl was on Justice League Unlimited. How she's kind of like a turd, you know, and she's like really rude to everybody. I think that is Supergirl for me, because she grew up on Krypton, and then it got destroyed when she was 12. And now she has to adapt. But Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman, he never had to live on Krypton. So it's a whole different. That's like getting literally ripped away from your home and being like thrown on this new planet. Be like, well, good luck, you know.
That's true. That's true. I could see that.
So I think she's full of rage, anger, and confusion. I think that's why I would love to see a Supergirl that's totally opposite from Superman, because he's hope, he's justice, his freedom, and then finding that for her, but in her own journey, her own story, you know. So that's just me. We also got some news about Booster Gold, which I love Booster Gold, huge fan of. But this is some sad news about Booster Gold and his TV series that DC Studios has been working on. This is a quote from James Gunn. A series on time-traveling hero Booster Gold was waiting for a showrunner to make time for it. But maybe he fell out of love, maybe he got busy, he says, but he had to pivot. So it sounds like the showrunner is no longer going to do it.
Is that the guy who's going to play him?
The showrunner?
Yeah,
No. The showrunner is the person that basically he runs the show. So here's what we're going to season 1. Here's this. Here's that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I have silly questions today, but I didn't.
You're good.
I didn't understand.
You're good. And so I think it's like, man, that's a bummer, because we had just heard that 3 comic book writers were coming over to write this. And if you love comic books, if you're a comic book writer, you know Booster Gold. And so I love Booster Gold because I just think he's super underrated, super cool. But it looks like they're trying to search for a new showrunner.
I was just going to say, couldn't they get somebody else?
Yeah, but a lot of I don't know. I think James Gunn's got a connection with people that he's like, hey, you ever heard of Booster Gold? Would you want a showrunner? But I'm kind of worried because I was like, if they don't find one in the time they want to start making the show, like production, it's on the chopping block. We also got some news that James Gunn has confirmed a Teen Titans movie is in the works. How do you feel about that? You gave kind of like a weird face.
Teen Titans are my favorite. I don't know.
Wow.
That will probably get me burned at the stake. I don't know.
Yeah.
Grant will probably disown me. But I don't know. Teen Titans, I didn't. So my thing is, maybe I don't have a fair enough example of what the Teen Titans are. I did watch Teen Titans Go, which is not a good. I've heard that it's not a good like rendition of what Teen Titans are, and they were just too much. I didn't like them. Yeah, I just feel like so much of when we were little was Teen Titans that it's just like kind of. I've just kind of. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't want.
So you don't like Teen Titans?
I like Nightwing.
Mm-hmm.
About it, or like Robin from Justice League, Young Justice, but
clip that. That's so gonna be a short. You're gonna get so much hate. Like,
okay, I've said so much already.
You don't know what you're talking about. You know.
That's fine. Everybody hates me already, so it's okay.
So I was gonna just go right past that, but no. But the writer of Supergirl is actually going to be writing this film. So while Supergirl is in production, she's writing Teen Titans, and James Gunn says it's not greenlit, so it's not official at all. So be cautious, because there are some rumors about who's the roster going to be and stuff like that, but it's not official because he hasn't read all of it, and he doesn't want to just be like, Teen Titans movie, we're going to make it, because he doesn't want to be like, wow, this script sucks, and I just told all of our fans we're going to make it. Like, that would be not fair to the fans and not fair to the hours people are going to spend their lives doing this. So I think that's really cool and really nice. Now, when it comes to Batman, there's been some controversial stuff talking about Batman, if Robert Pattinson is going to join, if it's going to be its own separate universe from David Cornsweet. And it was announced that the director of Batman Brave and the Bold, Andy Muschietti, which was the director of The Flash, the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has is not involved with writing the film.
Oh.
And I think that's good, because last time he dipped his toes in writing
room.
A superhero movie, it did not go well. And that was the birth of The Flash, which some people say is up there with Green Lantern, which is
not argue that.
Crazy. Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
And so when they asked James Gunn about production on Batman Brave and the Bold, he said, and the director, he said, Andy Muschietti is not involved with the development of The Brave and the Bold, which I think is a good idea, because last time he was working and was in development and had a big say in what was going to happen in a superhero movie was The Flash. Mm-hmm. And you love that movie, right?
No.
I'm just kidding. But I know a lot of people are like, you should never touch a superhero movie again. And now he's touching one of the biggest movie franchises ever, which is Batman. One of the biggest superhero characters, which is Batman. And so They said that the script will be shown to him after completion, which will lead the final decision on who will direct the film. I think this is very interesting because they're basically saying you don't have any involvement in the script, and we're going to show you the script, and if you don't like it, then you're not going to be a part of it, and we will find a different director, which I think that'll probably be the easiest thing. I think it's so easy because, how do I say this? Everybody loves Batman. Every director is like, I would love to make a Batman movie. Batman's my favorite, you know? I don't think it'd be that hard to find a Batman director. But James Gunn said we shouldn't be worrying about The Brave and the Bold because James Gunn revealed that he's working really close with the writers. He's not saying he is a writer, but I believe he's a co-writer. So I think he is saying, okay, don't do that. Okay, do that. I'll add this character in. Add that line in. We could actually do that for an up-and-coming, let's say, Teen Titans movie or something like that. I think that would be really cool. Quote, he says, everybody knows I love Batman. It's important to me. So I've been working very closely with the writer on Batman, Brave and the Bold. And so I think it's very interesting. Actually, I've been saying Batman, Brave and the Bold, but the movie's just called Brave and the Bold. Which I think they will probably change it to Batman Brave and the Bold because it's a missed opportunity if you don't have Batman in the title.
Really?
You think so? You don't think so?
I think it's different because I feel like I've heard that so many times, and he's very much about being different and adding a twist to things. Like I guess Superman was Superman Legacy, but now it's just Superman.
And there was a Superman movie called Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Not Superman.
So I think it would be... I think I would like it if it was just Brave and the Bold. Like, if you're a true Batman fan, you would know what that is.
That's interesting. Now, here's some things I'm very skeptical about. We talked about how James Gunn is going to be doing a ton of DC shows and animated DC shows. And one of the shows he announced that I thought was very interesting was an animated superhero show called Superpowers. The series will follow new students, Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aqua Girl, Green Lantern, and Terra, learning at a school headed by Principal Martian Manhunter. I think this is a really cool concept. I really hope it's not connected with the DC studios, like the DCU.
Oh, I hope not.
Because I was like, this just seems very kiddish, and I think it would work great for kids, and I think it would be very, very fun. But I don't think it would work because it's like you went to a school to be a superhero. That's very much like Sky High or something like that. So I think it's like, all right, let's just keep it an Elseworld story. How do you like this?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that because I don't know all of those characters, but I know a lot of them, and I love those characters. And then Martian Manhunter, love him, especially being like the principal or the teacher or principal. Love that. Absolutely love that. That just seems to fit him. It definitely gives me the vibe of like DC superhero girls where they were at a school, and I love that kind of stuff. Sky High, and I love that stuff. So I think that's exciting to me. I really like that. But like you said, I don't want it to be connected. I want it to be its own thing because just like how it's been in the past, like for instance, I bring up DC superhero girls a lot because that's just what I watched for a while. Like that wasn't connected. Like Wonder Woman was a teenager and like Batman and Superman were adults. So like it didn't fit timeline wise.
Yeah.
But totally, I didn't even care. And some people maybe did. That's fine. But I kind of want, like you said, I kind of want it to be its own thing.
Another show that I was like, okay, and I think it's leading up to something bigger.
Okay.
Is a series that will be about Starfire from the Teen Titans.
Okay.
So I think the series is very interesting because I'm not a big Starfire fan, and
she's my favorite in that show. If I had to pick one.
It says the series will serve as an origin story for the character. I think it's very interesting. Starfire, I think she has a lot of. She's a very like hopeful person, so I think it's really good. And she is the female aspect to the Teen Titans, so I think that's cool. And then she has her sister, Darkfire or something like that. I don't know if it's Darkfire or Blackfire. I think it's Darkfire. But I think she's a really cool kind of arch nemesis that she has. I think the reason they're doing this is because they're going to make her the leader of the Justice League, not Justice League, make her the leader of the Teen Titans.
Really, and not Robin?
I think it's going to be based off of the New 52 Teen Titans, which is Damian makes his own Teen Titans, and then Starfire leads it.
Oh.
I think that's going to be the Teen Titans. And then
is she older than Damian? So
yes.
he just like makes them.
And she leads
older,
it.
So
yeah.
Okay.
And I think they don't want to waste time and be like, who's this Starfire character?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be like, she has her animated series, go check that out, and then we're going to just hop right into Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And then Nightwing's going to show up and be like, okay, we'll lead it together. Kind of like the animated movies they did back in the day. Also, we're getting another animated show that James Gunn announced, and he was very excited for. It is going to be run by the DC Studios, of course, and it is called My Adventures with Green Lantern.
Oh!
Which is going to be set in the same universe as
My Adventures with Superman?
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
Yes, which is a show I love.
Yes!
I love Jack Quaid, how he plays Superman. It's very different, but I like it, and how he plays Clark Kent is great. I like the universe they have. It's very different, the show, but I like it, and I think
it's fun. Yeah.
I want to see more heroes, and I don't think they were allowed to do that when it was just, I think it was just Cartoon Network that was doing it. But the show is getting its own fan group, and it's a small one, but they're getting him, and I think James Gunn likes the show because it seems like a show he likes. It seems very similar to the Superman movie we're actually going to get.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if we're getting this in live action, I'm down for it. And I think he's like, let's explore more of this universe. So My Adventures with Green Lantern.
I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun because I like Green Lantern. I think that's cool.
And I love that universe. My Adventures with Superman.
Yes.
So I think
the
that is super
animation's so
sick.
different too than stuff that we have. At least
I think it's going to be like, I think it's
stuff that we have. It's different from what we have right now.
It's cleaner, simpler anime, I would say. So thank you guys so much for hearing our thoughts, and hopefully we gave you some news that you can look forward to with the family. So check us out on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We really do. Is there anything you want to sign off, say?
No.
All right. That's Emery's catchphrase. I don't know, but I do. So hit that like and subscribe. We appreciate it. See ya.